Zeophate plays Astro Colony. And welcome everybody, and today we're starting Astro Colony, new series. Don't know when this is going to pop out, but it's just going to be something I'm going to do just for gigs whenever I want to just play something chill. Let's see. Oxygen consumption. I don't really want the tutorial bot. That thing annoyed me. Not going to have free construction. Oxygen consumption. Maybe later on when I want to challenge. I actually have the music for the game shut off, so.
Believing that one planet would be enough for us was wrong. Our colossal ambitions pushed us to leave our homes. Driven by the need of development and achievements, humanity seeks opportunities to discover new worlds and perhaps new dimensions. We are the first colonists, laying the foundation for future generations. It's your turn now. Show your survival skills, unlock technologies, and remember, the galaxy is yours to conquer.
You know, one premise of these games that I never really realized until now, just kind of annoys me. And that's why you have to keep unlocking technologies. Now, I need a bunch of material, but gold is something that I'm going to need a lot of later on. Or at least not too much later, but I'm still going to need it. But it's relatively rare, so. Oh. See, I'm still not quite used to the controls. I'm going to need coal, or carbon actually. For some reason my brain says carbon's not a natural substance, but it's an organic substance, but I know that's incorrect. Because, well, diamonds and everything else like this, it's not everything came from plants. It's just part of my brain not wanting to acknowledge things properly. Oh, yes, inventory. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to turn on my handcrafting and everything else like this, so hopefully anytime I get enough ore for an ingot, it'll just automatically craft it for me. Start building up the ingots I'm going to need. No, I am going to need to go get a bunch of iron. Luckily, you don't really have to worry about losing track of this platform, at least for the area that I'm working in. Don't know about later, but howdy town. So it's something you don't really have to worry too much about. That being said, it is still probably something you're going to need to worry about. At least at some point. Maybe once the platform starts moving. How's the audio levels there, Talon? And I need more iron. Okay, I was just worried it's the first time I've tried recording or broadcasting this, so I didn't know how the audio issues were going to work out. Get this bunch of iron, then I'll start working on crafting. By this bunch, I mean the 3 asteroids that I can see. Luckily, you can get out of this particular process fairly quickly. And where was number 3? Or did it just wander off too much? You know what? I should be good. Yeah, okay. These asteroids will eventually run into your platform. They don't actually cause damage to anything. They just break apart like that and you lose any access to any of the resources. If you hit X for the key, you'll start, you'll just land on whatever platform it is. It doesn't work on the asteroids, but it will work on those floating island things or planetoids. But if you walk off, yeah, you start falling. Interestingly enough, you pretty much have an infinite jump that you can use to get back up to whatever height. But you will, again, start falling. So just a little heads up for everybody. Oh, and I keep trying to hit that. You know what? I think I'm going to shift if that's that. So, settings, controls, that should hopefully fix that a little bit. Of course, now I'm going to keep going back to the other stuff. Okay, so inventory, I have a bunch of resources now. So what do we do from here? Well, if you'd been paying attention when I had been mining, it shows that I got some research, some basic science while I was doing everything else. Now the first research I really need is oxygen, but we're not actually using oxygen in this playthrough, but we still need it for everything else. So I have to get that. These will take a certain amount of research, and later stuff, if we come up here, will take basic research, and then it'll take some of the more advanced stuff. So like engineering science, and then there's evidently quite a bit higher. I've really only just kind of brushed into this end. Okay, so electricity, and for me to be able to use wires, I need handcrafting wire. And I'm going to want smithing, asteroid catching, plates, and logistics. So I just got a whole passel of research here. So, first things first, go into construction menu, you can hit K, pulls up all your various different construction stuff. You have 7 hotbars you can set up. It's got the basics and some hotbars, which right now is all we really need. So, very first thing I'm going to want is a smelter. Now, I want a smelter for 2 reasons. One, it's a little bit more efficient on ore-wise for ingots, where in my inventory I think it's 4 ore. No, it's 2 ore for 1 ingot. Whereas through the smelter, I'm pressing E to interact with stuff, by the way. It's 3 ore for 2 ingots. So it's costing about 1.5 ore per ingot through the smelter. Now this is going to take 3 energy. So I'm going to place down our generator. You can see, let me get out of that. You can see where the power hookups are showing up. That is an output point, and the green triangles are inputs. So I need some hand wires. Let's go into our inventory, turn on copper wire hand. These will keep crafting if you ignore them, so you can chew through a lot of your resources without even really paying attention. So generally I say get a little bit, then shut it back off. To pick back up an item, you just hit Q. You need to have that item highlighted yellow, and then you can hit delete. Make it so you can just turn around, pick up an item, move it over to another section of the platform or whatever, and put it all back down. Later on, you can break these down to get more resources. Okay, so let's open up the inventory. You can go in there, you can go in there. No, that's perfectly fine. Do you mind me asking what you're playing? So now I'm actually going to need... actually, let's shut these off, because I don't want you auto-generating now. Oop. See, I'm already trying to hit the wrong button because I'm starting to get used to the other controls. Yeah, it's copper and ice. I don't need any of that. I need iron. Iron and coal, that could work. Yeah, that's not something I've ever really considered doing, is achievements for that. Might actually do that at one day. I think I have... No, I actually need a bunch more iron. I'm going to use a lot of it, so... Might as well go grab a couple more iron asteroids. I was more referring to just the Diablo 2 or Diablo 3 achievements. Not necessarily just for the 360. Ooh, gold. And iron, so double useful. There is going to be quite a bit of this right in early game, but I'm actually aiming towards getting this so I don't have to do it. Okay. So let's head on back. Now, one of the things, like you're seeing the white power icon above, that means that this isn't getting any power right now. which is simply because I haven't put in any power. Okay, so you're in. So I'm going to now chuck in a bunch of power here. You can use the power button over here to just shut off the entire unit and turn it back on. That'll just shut off its power. Luckily, this thing will process any of its recipes all at the same time, so you don't have to just select one and then wait for it to burn through all the iron, then do the gold, copper, and all that other stuff. Okay, because I don't need it right now. Kill that power. Stop that thing from producing. Okay, so next bit is I want to be able to start capturing asteroids. So we're going to use the asteroid capturer. I'm going to swing it so the power is more towards this side. Chuck that there. So that's 8. I need 9 cables. And I had 3 put down, so that means I need at least 2 more crafts of wire. I'm going to shut... Nah, I'll leave that up running for now. I'll have to correct it later, though. Okay. Turn that on. This thing only takes 2 power, but now I can go in here and go, give me that. It's going to automatically bring in the item. And it's starting to break it down. And the second part is it's going to hold another item in its queue, so to speak. You can only hold 1, though. But it makes it so that I don't really have to worry about this thing anymore. So, next thing we're going to want is... do I have... I've got what the does. Let's see, that's handcrafted plates. So there's one of the items I want, is the construction. It's going to get us the constructor. So we'll get the... it needs destruction technology. Well, I really need this. So we'll get destruction, we'll get engineering, we'll get recycling. We'll go through and we'll finish off all these ones that I can at the moment. Okay. So, oh, you're just about done. That one's just ice, but no big deal. These things have a fairly decent internal inventory. I don't actually know what the stack size limit is. I usually end up keep grabbing the material before anything else. Well, this one's just about done, so I'm about to get ready for another capture. Kind of annoyed by the limited range on things, but nothing I can do about it. Okay, so what was it that I wanted to do next? Right, I'm probably going to need to rearrange where that is. Yeah, let's work on rearranging things. You can select multiple things. Okay, so that's taken apart. So I need... Yeah, your inputs are in the wrong spot for me. It's kind of why I like configurable inputs at times, but... Because if I want materials... no, actually I can work with this. So if I put that there... Okay, so you're connected. So you'll make ingots. And don't really need to worry too much about where this is placed for now. Have you set there, so you'll start providing power. Of course, once I get the coal in here. Now, I'm going to need... I'm going to need some of both of you. I'm going to start getting a little bit of logistics set up. Probably go for 12 and 12. Give me a good amount of plates to work with. Nice! Congrats! That gives you a little bit of funds to play with. Oop. And I shut that off a little bit too early. There we go. Actually, 6 of those is good for now. So, this is one of those... okay, so I want paths. Let's drag you down to there. Hey, if it works, it works. There we go. Now the unfortunate part is these things are kind of dumb, kind of smart at the same time. This thing's going to dump everything in its inventory out. Now this thing's going to take everything in its inventory. For some reason it keeps the carbon. It might have a recipe later on as to why it's doing that. I don't know. But it's it'll dump the ice through it. Let's actually go in here. Is there any... no, it doesn't look like there's... oh, iron rod. There it is. That'd be why it's holding on to the carbon. And manually targeting this thing is a bit annoying. So we're going to work on the very next step. Now the next step, going to the wrong menus here. Next step that I want is really want the automated catching. To do that, I need construction. Well, that requires a bunch of the construction stuff. So I'm going to set you because it'll automatically research that as soon as I get enough of that engineering. And I need to make a laboratory. And to get a laboratory, or keep going in the wrong spots, I need 20 of these. Which should be all the iron I've got on me, unfortunately. And down here you can see anything I've got that's recyclable. So what's the next model you're planning on doing, Talon? Let's shut that off. Now this produces 10. I'm using 5 total. So for laboratory, your power is going to be going in there. So let's just tuck you right there. And you're going to need 5. So once I finish placing this, this is pretty much going to be the max I... Oop. Well, that's going to be a... I might have to turn around and change my hotkeys. Because if it's going to keep triggering my scene changes. Okay. Now that's done. Now I got 8 and 14. Let's just grab this stuff. You can get taken apart. No, it's just out of my range of line of sight. New asteroids spawn in all the time. So it's not really too big an issue if you run out of room. So over here, this requires 2 iron, 2 copper to generate 1 engineering science. And I want, I think I need 6. If you hit shift while clicking on a stack, bring up the option to split it. So if you that way, if you want to manually control how much goes into here, it's easy to do. Otherwise you can just dump the entire stacks in. Yeah, it's I'm gonna have to remember that because the unfortunate part is the F1 through 4 keys I have hotkeyed, which I may have to actually turn around and disable those, which I think I'll actually go and do right now. Hotkeys. No, that's not what I want. Settings. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no, not doing that. Mainly because I have those set up for other things that I'm using. I just disabled them. I can flip through the scenes manually. It's no big deal. Of course, it helps that I don't turn around and end my broadcast by accident by shutting down the software. But that was just an oops. Anyways, what was I in the middle of doing? Right. Let's see here. Okay. Rain. What the hell was I doing? Right. I needed construction, which I got. That's going to get me automated. Now I'm going to need more engineering for that. Now, if you have an asteroid trapped like that and you tell it to grab another asteroid, that first asteroid is just going to start wandering once again. And probably end up crashing into your stuff. So I need 5 more, so I need a bit more iron. Of course, iron is not wanting to really appear on that end right now. Okay. Well, if you're here. You just about done? Yes, you are. That's a good one. The larger these asteroids you can gather that have more contents, the longer this will take before it completes. But, hey, if it works, it works. Now that should be more than enough. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab the coal too. How are you doing? You're doing actually pretty good. So I'm going to just chuck all that in there and let you run. Do need a lot more iron than I actually currently have. Now you can set up multiple of these things, but I find anything more than 3 and you're generally just only going to be cycling those 3. Yeah, you're going to be done pretty quick. That's 3. How big are you? We'll grab you. A little bit more iron, a little bit more carbon. Okay, we got construction done. So we need 1 more engineering science, and we'll get the next one, and then we'll get the automated done. With that, I need 1 more iron ingot. System's really not paying attention too much to me right now, but oh well. Now let's take that, split that, and you can go in there, get me that one last that I need. Then this thing I think I'll upgrade to the auto unit. Okay, there's the automated catching. so we're going to go into our mining tab. That's going to give us our automated asteroid catching. I'm going to replace that on there. Now I need 12 iron plates? Yes, I only have 2. How much inventory? How much iron do I have in my inventory? I have 9, so I need at least 1 more ingot. Good. And unfortunately, I am going to need gold. Gold needed in solar panels, which I kind of really want because it's less carbon I have to use, which means I don't need to constantly be mining it. Okay, so I need to add extra power. But first I actually need... let's make sure my ores are dumped in here. Okay, so I'm going to need extra power on this setup. So let's get you set up there. And we'll chuck that 1 power cord in there. So once I feed this coal, it should start operating well. Now, I have 16. I need to turn that on because I need 12 of these, so it's going to take a minute. Pretty much. Which means I think I have enough time to allow you to capture another one. Luckily, if you pick these things up, their inventory goes into your inventory. Okay. Shut that off. Now, did they move that power connector there? No, it didn't. Good. So that's all hooked in. So let's get you powered up. See, now this thing is just going to automatically reach out, capture whatever asteroid I think is closest, drag it in, process it. The output's going to come into here, give us ingots. Which is kind of what we want. Now, I want a second one of these things because I'm thinking having it like either over here or over here, just to start increasing the amount of capture I can do. Yeah, I think I'll have it over here. So I need to turn you back on. I actually really like the new model. Ooh, just enough iron. So you're going to do the Astray or the Astray? because oh, that model has been ordered. The other one's the one you're going to do. Okay, I was getting a little confuzzled there. Okay, I'm going to want your output. Okay, so you're going to target that way. Power's going to be over there. So I think I'll place that there. I'm going to need 6 more iron. Or 5 more iron. And I haven't quite got any iron yet. Of course, once I get 3 or 4 of these things set up, then things are going to really start moving. You just missed smashing on the platform. Okay. So I'm going to want you... Oh, really, I can more wheedle you over this direction. Put you there. Shit. That's why I told you to watch out for that. Because I didn't, and I just wasted a bunch of iron. Well, not really wasted, because I will be using it later, but still. Okay, now should have 2 of these things now operating. Yeah, that one's working nicely. That one's working. They're both targeting roughly different areas. So it should keep bringing in. I got it going, all going on the same conveyor line. No, I actually kind of screwed up on that. Let's grab our paths. And I wish they'd differentiate the color for the arrow for something like that, rather than trying to see green on green. But there's nothing really I can do about that. Okay, now I should have... Let's actually power you off. I don't need you for now. So I have 3, 7, 10. So I'm only using one of these generators at the moment. So if I really wanted to, I could turn around and which I actually will do, so I'll have one of these pointed in each of the various different directions. Which means I need more iron. Which means I might as well turn on the plates for now, because I need a few more plates. Ooh, I think that one's got gold in it. Yep, yes it does. The unfortunate part is the iron. I can't, to my knowledge, select like, hey, focus on gathering this resource. Otherwise, I'd tell these things to focus on gathering iron right now, because that seems to be my biggest bottleneck. But there's nothing really I can do about that right now. Once I figure out sorting, things are going to get really interesting, because then I'll be able to turn around. Because right now I'm limited by the fact that I can't really get the carbon I need into the generators to make the entire system self-sustaining. Now, obviously, while I'm out doing this, those things are gathering more and more iron. I think I lucked in last time around when I was just in my playthrough, because I had a planetoid that had large amounts of iron and another that had a large amount of copper relatively close by, so it was really, really easy to go get mass amounts. But I love having automation like that. Okay, so you can go in there, you can go in there, you can go in there. We'll grab the plates, because I'm going to need 24 total. Which I think I'm going to get with everything I got in there. We'll grab our coal, because our generators are going to need refueled soon. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. I'm actually going to need a bit more copper wires. So let's get... let's go 10 of those. Suck that into my inventory. Grab all the rest of the iron. Shut that off for now. Shut that off for now. Okay, so I got that side, so I need this side. And this side. I should get those up and running now. So I should have one pointing each direction, so they should start gathering quite a bit of material. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 10 more plates. And I need those plates so I can turn around and make the system that's just going to shove everything into the refinery. I think the plate crafter is going to be my next build. But I actually think that will be next episode. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you all next time.